Hi everybody, it's Julie Eakes again. We're going to try another leaf for our Into the Forest collaborative. So for this leaf we're going to start with an iCat, ECat, however you want to say it, cane. And I have some brown and some green. These have a lot of translucent in them. It's basically left over from the last leaf that I made. But we're going to make an iCat cane, and it follows the way Donna Cato did it, I think. I don't know, I've done so many, but I think that's where I first got it. And this is how I do it. This is on a number 5 on a Dream machine, which is pretty thick on a regular Atlas machine. But I'm going to set it up like you're going to do a Skinner blend, but you're not going to do a Skinner blend. So first I need some rectangles. Just going to fill in this little corner over here. I don't know if you can see that on the... There you go. Anyway, you cut them diagonally. And stack them. Keeping all your little bits together. So you can see how it looks like you're getting ready to do a Skinner blend. I'm going to take this back to the pasta machine and run it through a thick setting to make this a little bit longer. Ta-da, there it is. It got a little stretched out at the top. I'm not going to worry about it, but I'm just going to cut that off and get rid of that. Okay. Now we need to lay our little bits that show up, that break up the iCat, so it kind of gives it a little more interest. I have a tendency to make my canes complex when they don't need to be, so anyway. These are run out. I have a white, this is actually some souffle I had laying around, and this is a green that's not quite as, it doesn't have as much translucent in it. It has a little bit in it, but not a lot, because I want these little bits to really pop out. And so you just take little slices and lay them randomly across your cane. Okay. So if you were thinking of this as a Skinner blend, you're going to go from a light color on this side to a dark color on this side. So keep that in mind when you roll this up, that your blend is going from light to dark. It'll help you so you don't stretch it out the wrong way. But I'm going to roll this up and make this into a plug. I'm not that concerned about air because I know running it through the pasta machine, I'll get rid of all those later. So again, looking at your cane, light to dark, but it's fairly wide and we want to make this narrow. So just like we did on the last leaf, we're going to reduce it by going in this way and making it longer this way so that our light to dark is narrower. I'll try to keep it in the camera frame. Last time I couldn't find my acrylic rod. This one's got some hunks out of it, but it'll work. So what I'm trying to do here is, besides getting it narrower this way, I want to get it thin enough so that it will go through my pasta machine. Now I have a Dream machine which will probably take thicker clay than your Atlas will. So I'm going to run this through a couple of times, just taking a look each time to see when I want to quit. So here's my cane after it's been run through the pasta machine. I'm going to cut it in half and take a look at what the inside looks like. So I just kind of mark where that is. Actually meant to do this on a thicker setting on my pasta machine, but it's not the first mistake I ever made. And I'm stacking them on top of each other. So let's take a look, see what it looks like. I don't know if you can see that. That's after one pass through the pasta machine. Well, I know I'm going to want to do it more than that, so I'm going to feed this whole thing back through the pasta machine, making it a little thicker. Again, cutting it in half. Oops. Sharp side down with your blade. Always helps. One thing about iCats, if you want to have more disruption in the pattern, rather than just laying it on top like that. All right, so I went like this, I cut it in half. I'm going to pick it up and put this end that was down here over here. It just breaks the pattern up faster. You don't have to cut these off every time. I'm just cutting them off to show you. But you can see we're getting more of the iCat, more of the threads of what would be fabric, and more interest in the cane. So I think I'm going to do it one more time, and then I'll probably stop. Okay, here we go. Cut this in half again. Stack it. And let's take a little look. Yeah, I like that. It's got some interest. It's got light to dark. I'm also going to be reducing this more when I make it into my cane, which will put all those little jagged bits closer to. All right, I'm going to get rid of the ends. And now I want to stack this up. Let's see how big this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 inches. So I'm going to cut these in thirds. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to stack these up. And just so you see what we're looking at. Here's our iCat cane so far. Now I'm going to now wrap this in this green. This green does not have a lot of translucent. It has a little bit, but not a lot. And I'm going to wrap this around, and I'm going to make this a thin wrapping. I'm also going to square off these edges, get rid of this. I could cut it off, but what's the point? Might as well say use the clay. And I want to make this thinner, so I'm going to run this through the pasta machine. So I'm going to wrap this with this phthalo green. And whenever you're wrapping a cane, you always wrap it, rock it to make a mark, and then cut where that mark is. I can see it, I don't know if you can see it. Cut that very well, did I? Anyway, so now I have this wrapped. Now, for this leaf, what we're going to try to do, if I can get out my is you got your leaf here. I want each one of these segments of the leaf to be this. So now I'm going to extrude it, but I'm going to extrude these pieces smaller, and these pieces a little bit bigger, and this piece really big, and this will be a medium again. So we're going to reduce this. You can see it's narrower here and thicker here. Some of this is guesswork. Figure out exactly how much do I need of each piece. But I need 8 pieces, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 would give me a 1-inch cane. Okay, so here's your 2 biggest. They're going to go there. Here's your 2 smallest. They're going to go up there. And I'm going to put these here. And these down here. Ooh, we want to make sure we got all the, let's see, I want to have the brown in the middle. Okay, now you have to make it into a leaf shape. Okay, for this piece I'm going to have a middle section, and let's see, what have I got left over here? Well, I kind of have it here, rather than doing a Skinner blend, I almost have a light to dark thing here going, so I'll make this the middle. So I need to figure out the size of this. And then I want to have lighter color, just barely have enough of that. And then the middle will be, yeah, let's see. And then go backwards. Okay, so here's my center part. It looks like that, but I'm going to reduce it down so that it goes narrower. Good clean cut at the end. Make sure it's tall enough. Just stretching this out so it's a nice little point here. And then put my two sides together. And there we have another leaf. I might reduce this. I might make some littler leaves this time. I don't know. I might leave it this size. I don't know. But one thing I know I'm going to have to do, because again this is primo, is I'm going to throw this in the freezer before I slice it up. Well, I hope you enjoyed this leaf. See you next time. Bye.